One of the things that I hear a lot right now when I talk to salespeople, to sales managers and business owners is the fact, or still the fact, that they are very short of stock. They still are selling listings relatively, or selling properties relatively quickly, and it is hard to replace the stock, the properties, quick enough and have enough stock on the market. So this video is to give salespeople some ideas, some tips, 10 tips on things that they can do, or 10 things that they can do to get listings relatively quickly, especially in this market. So tip number one, go and door knock or make some phone calls around hotspots where activity has happened, where things are happening. Make sure that you are there talking to people, because there will be more business where hot business is happening. Number two, call private sellers. Private sellers are people who are trying and wanting to sell their house, and they do not have a salesperson to represent them. Call them. Obviously, some of them will be able to sell on their own, especially when the market is hot. Some of them will not want to deal with real estate salespeople, but there's still a good number that you will be able to work with if they are unsuccessful in selling. Third tip, call private landlords, people who advertise their houses for rent by themselves. Give them a call. You will be surprised how many of them are at the point where they're thinking, do I really want to rent my house again, or should I sell it? And if you call at the right time, there's a good chance that you will be able to get that business. Tip number four, call properties that are already on the market but are about to expire. Obviously, before doing that, talk to your manager, talk to your business owner to make sure that they are okay with you doing this. But if they're about to expire and you are there, there's a good chance that you will be able to get the listing and then use it again. The fifth tip, work with buyers. There's plenty of buyers right now in the marketplace, and a few of them have got houses that they want to sell. If you work with them, if you help them, you will get the listing, you will get the property that they own and wish to sell. Next tip, work open home attendees. In the same way that people that come to, or that buyers that come to meet with you might have a property to sell, a lot of open home attendees are people who are thinking about it and coming over to have a chat and see if you are the right salesperson for them. So work with them, make sure you impress them, and you will be able to get the business from them. The next tip, when people tell you, we would consider selling, but where would we go? Ask them, well, where would you like to go? And then once you get that information, start to work with them as buyers. Hopefully, you will be able to show them something that they fall in love with, and you will get the listing from that. Tip number 8, a lot of you will be working with buyers who are desperate or very, very keen to get into a specific area. And so rather than just working with the buyers to find houses, go out and find houses for them, whether it's dropping cards, knocking on doors, having conversations with people, and simply saying, look, I have this couple, I have this buyer who's really dying to get into this area. I know it's a long shot, but have you thought about selling? And sometimes just by doing that, you will be able to find somebody who is actually thinking about it, and having somebody that you are working with that is ready will make the transaction happen. Tip number 9, answer the public. Answerthepublic.com is a place where you could do a quick search and find out what it is that people are asking when they are, or the most common questions that people are asking when they're looking for specific things. And if you do that when it relates to real estate, questions like what should I do when I want to sell, or how to sell my house, you will see the questions that people ask, or the most common questions that people are asking. And through that, you will be able to practice the objections and to talk to people about the things that worry them. And that will make you a better listing salesperson, or make your presentations so much better. And through that, you will be able to convert more conversation. Tip number 10, a lot of us do videos with market updates, and many times we will actually do a physical market update. But with the pandemic, people have become so much more open to doing things through Zoom. So consider doing every 2 or 3 weeks, maybe once a month if every 2 or 3 weeks is too hard for you, a Zoom meeting where you talk about the market. People have to register and they can have a question and answer session at the end of that. But that means that you will be able to get to people, to speak to people easily, get their details as well, and continue to communicate them. And if you do this on regular basis, you will be able to get leads that will eventually become a listing, hopefully within 2 months. So those are 10 things that salespeople can do right now in order to improve their odds or their chances of getting listings quickly, and in order to hopefully get listings within the next 60 days. But there's one more thing that I want to give, because I was told that we should always give a bonus, an extra tip. So here is tip number 11. All of you, as salespeople, have got this magnificent machine called a mobile phone. Simply scroll through the contacts on your phone, find out names of people that you have not spoken to for a while, give them a call, say hello, ask how they are doing, and I think you will be surprised how many of them are actually considering selling, and there's a good chance that you will be able to help them. So 10 tips about things salespeople can do in order to generate more listings and more leads much quicker, plus a bonus one. And I hope this was helpful. I'm always happy to help. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment or contact me.